Watching him die again and again. The one that started all. The one ring to rule all. Well, my obligated token reference is out of the way, so what is Watch Him Die Again and Again? It is a depressing story, a story of determination, a story of renewed resolve. It is an American story, and by God, if that doesn't fit the criteria of the American spirit, I don't know what does. Why am I using a frickin' posh British accent? I'm an American, damn it! And this story is fully American. If you don't know why I say it's fully American, think about America's history. We are a nation of underdogs. We are a nation of blood, sweat, determination, and self-righteous fury. And by God, if Rezero doesn't fit that criteria. Well, yes, Rezero is a depressing Groundhog Day of emotions, depression, psychological, emotional damage.
Emotional damage!
Thank you, Stephen He. It is a story that I think everyone can agree with that it is legitimately good. Fan service aside, and of course traps aside, the story is, again, one of determination. One that I absolutely adore. Now, no spoilers for this review, because yes, it is a reaction story, but the core elements I think the author can actually work with. And you're probably wondering, how? How could the author go forward with this? How could the author actually create more with this idea? My offer for him, of course, in the Reaction Authors Multiverse Discord is still up on the table, by the way. Author, just, let me just say this now. The story is crafted well good. Yes, there are many that continue off it, or at least piggyback off its popularity. It is on fanfiction.net. It is on Wattpad. Wattpad, I believe, is a better option because, more creative liberties and more artistic abilities for the author. I need to do a video on Wattpad, being the YouTube of fanfiction in the future, I know. But Watching Him Die Again and Again is, again, legitimately good. And yes, I am an emotional wreck sometimes, and I do like being hit in the feels with the uncomfortable, with the sadness, and I do love a good cry every once in a while, and this story will make you, if you are sensitive, like yours truly, or at least in touch with their emotions, cry a little bit. Hey, Callie. Look who graced us, ladies and gentlemen. Callie. Hey, Callie. Little calico. And, yes, I see you. Yes. Look at this calico. Look at her. Anyway. But yes, basically the story itself is legitimately a good read, and has a very large fanfiction community behind it, or at least a large following behind it. And the author does have a Discord, more of that later on in the video, and my cat just wanting attention. But the big thing about it is that it does have the main cast from the show in the theater. And how they got there, well, I'm gonna let you find out yourself. Again, no spoilers. But the reactions of the cast actually are pretty and legitimately good. I do like how they're done. I do like the interpretations of them. I love the little romance, triangle, at least several romance, that happens to it. Again, it is a legitimately good fan fiction, and once again, like I said, I don't really want to spoil much, but I will say that the author can definitely go forward with it. How, you may ask? Well, let's say the author does choose to basically go at the end of they know, and they give them a red pill, blue pill option. A red pill basically allowing them to go to Subaru's world, or at least allow the ability for them to be able to go between the two worlds. And Subaru healing. Literally, help him heal from all the traumas he's had. Because I can assure you, psychologically speaking, Subaru is going to be a mess. I don't care what you people say lore-wise, reality-wise, that motherfucker is going to need years of therapy. Is going to need years of psychological evaluation. Years of pills just to deal with the mess. Which, again, can definitely play off in terms of a recovering story, or someone who's recovering from trauma. Again, an element that can be played up on. The second option is, of course, they keep the knowledge they've learned. And basically, you know, Subaru's given the choice of going back to his world and taking someone with him, or someone's, or staying in their world with them. People who he could see as a second family. And basically recover with them. Learn to recover with them. And while I have not read the manga or the light novel, I will say that I have watched the anime, and that's mostly what this is based off of, is the anime. And I'd rather stick with the anime continuity because, again, the anime itself is, once again, a depressing mess, and I love it! I like my psychological stories, ladies and gentlemen, and I don't care if you people say, oh, it's a trope. I couldn't give a good goddamn. I myself, being someone who has psychological issues and traumas myself, yeah, there's a lot that goes into someone who has to deal with their traumas. And a story like that, I can relate to. But, again, it's sort of how the author wants to do with it. But in my opinion, I'd go with the recovery option. Because, again, it's more impactful, it's more emotional. And that's how I think the author should take the story. Now, how the author could definitely do more with it? Well, in my opinion, if the author wanted to do another story of it, or at least one where Subaru is able to return to his world, or at least, you know, them kind of get pulled into another one, the author could go with a multiverse option, where they get flung into a theater and they have to figure out which version is their Subaru, or at least see the different versions of Subaru, and kind of be told, hey, this is what you could have had. Or this is what's going to happen to him if you don't do the right thing and do the right choices in helping his recovery. Again, there's a lot of ways one could go about this. And again, so many. But that's between the author himself and, you know, yours truly, if he decides to do a multiverse story, or at least a interesting reaction story for Rezero. But again, one of those things. Either way, though, ladies and gentlemen, I've been Airsoft Al, and if you want to read this story, both its fanfiction.net version and, of course, its Wattpad version, it's down in the pinned comment. Now, I've been holding off on this because, yeah, but do know that the author does have a Discord. It will be in the pinned comment down below. And fair warning, ladies and gentlemen, it is a, unique place, and it does have some of those lore sticklers who flip-flop between being, oh, we're skimming copyright and basically in a gray area, to, yeah, no, we're basically blatantly ignoring copyright laws and just sticking as close as we can to the original source material and kind of making it a wet blanket. Again, just fair warning on those who are of the creative type and like taking creative liberties and actually making interesting stories with source materials. So, yeah, fair warning to everyone on that one. But overall, there are some interesting people there. It does have a rank system, so you can't exactly post images or GIFs unless you reach a certain rank. I kind of agree with that system, but at the same time, I kind of don't like that. I would like at least to be dedicated rooms. And for those of you who are also fellow YouTubers, there is no dedicated YouTube channel where you can post your video links. That is something that kind of needs to be addressed for those who actually can post their links and their thumbnails be seen. Again, just it's a little gripe for a YouTuber such as myself, but it's whatever. Anyway, as always, ladies and gentlemen, I've been Airsoft Al, and sorry for the late uploads, but a lot's going on. I got a convention coming up, and I'm preparing for that, and that's about it. Anyway, as always, ladies and gentlemen, I've been Airsoft Al, and if you want to help support the channel, consider donating to our PayPal down below. And if you have a fanfiction that you'd actually like me to check out or anything of that nature, consider doing so down below. And as always, ladies and gentlemen, I'm continuing this month of America-themed stories, or straight-up America stories. And, yeah. Till next time, ladies and gentlemen.
Looking for that perfect game for your gaming console? Video Game Corner is the largest independently owned video gaming store in North Mississippi, located at 1519 Highway 72 in Corinth. We are an authorized limited-run retail store and have a massive collection of retro games and game systems, and also plush toys and collectibles. We also pay top dollar for your used video games. Check them out Monday through Saturday from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. Visit Video Game Corner in Corinth.